Some loves don't end, they simply pause. Claire always believed that if something was meant to last, it wouldn't slip through your fingers. That belief helped her sleep at night, especially when memories of Ethan surfaced uninvited. She told herself they were just echoes of youth softened by time, but deep down, she knew the truth. Ethan wasn't just a chapter in her past. He was the unfinished sentence. At 34, Claire lived in Boston, working as a creative director. Her life looked successful from the outside: a stylish apartment, a stable career, polite relationships that never quite touched her heart. She dated, she smiled, she moved forward. But love never stayed, because a part of her was still 19, the year she met Ethan. They were college students back then, reckless with dreams and certain that love alone could conquer everything. Ethan played guitar under fairy lights at campus parties, while Claire wrote poetry she never showed anyone except him. They fell in love the way young people do, fast, deep, and without fear. Until life intervened. Claire got an opportunity to study abroad. Ethan was offered a chance to help his struggling family business back home. They promised distance wouldn't matter. They promised forever. But promises are fragile when timing is cruel. Phone calls turned into texts. Texts turned into silence. There was no big fight. No betrayal. Just two people drifting apart while still loving each other. The hardest goodbye is often the one you never say. 15 years later, Claire received an invitation she never expected, a college reunion. She hesitated before replying yes. She told herself it was for nostalgia, for closure, nothing more. She certainly didn't expect to see Ethan the moment she walked in. He stood near the window, older, broader, quieter. But when their eyes met, the room disappeared. The years collapsed into a single, shared breath. Claire, he said softly, like saying her name might break something sacred. Ethan, they hugged, careful at first, then tighter, as if their bodies remembered each other before their minds could interfere. Neither spoke for a moment. I thought you wouldn't come, he admitted. I almost didn't, she replied. I wasn't sure I was ready. For what? She met his gaze. For you. They talked that night, like no time had passed, about careers, heartbreaks, paths taken and missed. Ethan had been married once, then divorced quietly. Claire never had. Somehow, that fact hurt and comforted them both. Later, they walked outside into the cool night air. I used to imagine this moment, Ethan confessed, meeting you again, wondering if you'd feel like a stranger. And Claire asked, her heart beating a little faster. He smiled, his eyes warm. You feel like home. Her breath caught. Over the next weeks, they started meeting again. Coffee dates, long walks, conversations that went deeper than before. Because life had taught them just how fragile things could be. Claire noticed how Ethan listened now, not with the urgency of youth, but with presence. Ethan noticed how Claire carried herself stronger, softer, and wiser. One evening, a sudden downpour forced them to take shelter under a cafe awning. Do you ever think about what would be happened if we hadn't let go? Claire asked, the sound of rain a gentle backdrop. All the time, Ethan replied without hesitation. But I also think, maybe we weren't ready then. She nodded, understanding. We were in love, but we didn't know how to choose each other. A comfortable silence stretched between them, full of unspoken history. Then, Ethan reached for her hand, his touch firm and sure. Do you think we are now? Claire felt that old familiar fear rise. Not of him, but of hope itself. I don't want to repeat the past, she said honestly. Neither do I, he replied, his gaze steady. I want to build something new, with the people we've become. That night, their kiss was different from the ones they shared years ago. It wasn't rushed or desperate. It was slow, intentional, two hearts asking permission to try again. When they pulled apart, Claire smiled through tears. You were always the one that got away. Ethan brushed his thumb across her cheek, his touch gentle. Maybe I just took the long way back. They didn't promise forever this time. They promised honesty, effort, presence. They chose each other again. Because some love stories don't need rewriting. They just need a second chance to be finished properly. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe to Heart Talk. Stories where love, loss, and second chances come alive. Thanks for listening.